The following podcast may be explicit. Shedcast presents Adventures from the Shed, a tabletop RPG podcast. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com. Welcome to Part 3, Session 3 of the Dungeons & Dragons Starter Set. Join our game table as Mickey, JJ, Kurt, Mike, and Joe bring Bree, Ferris, Thor, and Sir Moss up to the entrance of the Cragmaw Castle for another Adventure Podcast episode. Enjoy the podcast.
All right, everyone, and welcome back to the Shed for Adventures from the Shed. I am, again, Mike Robertson, playing Sir Walter Moss, and thank you again for listening. It's really great to have so many nice listeners from all around the world, and if you could, go on iTunes and subscribe and rate and review, all high numbers, please. Because that really helps us out, and we would love to see some comments. If you could, go to our Facebook page or our website and comment there, or even check out the Twitter account, which I say is new, but is probably about 2 months old by now. So if you could, check it out, and we'll start again, like I always do, passing it off to Thor. Thor, are you pumped today?
AdventuresFromTheShed.com.
Super pumped!
Nice.
I have nothing else to say.
And that was Kurt. He has nothing else to say.
Kurt has nothing else to say.
Thor and Stormtrucker.
Who does not? Apparently, JJ did not turn up.
I was eating a cracker and I turned it off. Ferris Dustbringer here, JJ. Unfortunately, I don't think we're ever going to have an Instagram account because we have no filter here.
No.
Nice. And put up.
I can't be held in a square.
I married him. That's kind of what's scary.
And who are you?
I'm Mickey. Hi, everyone. I play Bree Greenbottle, the badass in the group. Enough said. Oh, there's a bug. There's a bug. There's a bug.
There's a bug. Don't look at it. Let him take care of it.
It's just a stink bug.
No, that's JJ.
She's the badass in the group.
All right.
There's a bug.
And that brings us around the table to me, Joe. I'm the good ass in the group, and I'm the dungeon master for this Dungeons and Dragons starter set. We left off our last session, when in our last session, the party had finished defeating the orcs at the cave that they were in on Wyvern Tor, and then returned back to the Red Wizard at the Old Owl Well, and talked him into selling them a ring of protection for an exorbitant amount of electrum pieces.
Yes.
and then the party headed off towards the Cragmaw Castle, and when we left off, they were approaching the Cragmaw Castle, and here's the narrative from the book. The castle consists of 7 crumbling towers of different sizes and heights, but the upper stories are all in varying states of collapse. A short flight of steps leads up to a terrace in front of the main entryway. Past the wreckage of a pair of sundered doors lies a shadowed hall. Round towers loom over the entranceway with dark arrow slits looking down on the terrace. So again, you guys are approaching. This is from page 37. A quick look at the castle. You're approaching from this side. So this is that little terrace that you see, and that's the size of it. And what is this? 1 square is 5 feet, so you get an idea of how big this tower is.
Fuji.
Yeah. Right. So how is the party approaching? Let's establish a marching order and how you are approaching this building.
Very carefully.
You do know
Feeling
that this
pretty-
is the hideout of the goblins.
Feeling pretty good about my new rig of protection that bumps up my AC. I think I would be out in the lead.
Yeah.
And I would want to get as close to the wall as possible once I see those arrow slits, so we don't get cut down before we even get to the door.
Okay. So you're trying to be stealthy?
Well,
Is that what you're saying?
just sort of in cover.
That would be stealth. If you want to attempt to not be seen, then that's stealth. Now, if you don't have stealth, you still roll a dexterity roll.
I mean, I can roll.
Yeah.
All right. We
That
can do it.
determines how, like you said, as to not be seen, then that is stealth.
I mean,
Who else is going along there?
Jeez.
Well, the rogue is always
Always in stealth.
in stealth.
I can see that.
The rogue is always stealthy.
Are we all not going together?
Yeah, we're all going together.
Yep.
All right.
Stealth roll of a 19 for the rogue.
Okay, so if everyone's going, everybody roll a dexterity or stealth check and tell me who the lowest number is.
Kurt.
I am, and I actually have disadvantage on it, so I'm at least a 10 bad. Yeah, it's going to be 10.
10, all right.
Well, I feel like I should change my armor.
nope,
My chainmail gives me disadvantage.
I became the lowest because I have
Really?
disadvantage as well.
Oh, so what is that?
That's a 1.
You have disadvantage because of your armor?
Yes. Oh.
All right, so they see you coming.
Uh-huh.
I rolled 20 on the die.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think Mike saw that one. Let's, I think I want to make this easier on, Kurt, you have the adventure book, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you open it to page 37 and put the map out where you guys are?
Absolutely.
The map itself just has numbers on it. Just don't read any of the text around it.
Nope.
And what I'm going to say, you guys are approaching at number 1. If you see on the map the 2 number 3s, that's where the arrow slits are.
Yep.
On both sides of the terrace, that is where the arrows are coming out from at you guys. Because you were approaching cautiously, let's see, you get up to there. All right, you are spotted, so the goblins shoot arrows from behind the arrow slits. And that's it. All right, so you're being shot at from those 2 vantage points. So let's go ahead and roll up an initiative order. I will treat the goblins in 2 sets. One's from the left and one's from the right. Gosh, Mike can't
I gotta throw that
roll
dice
today.
away.
So Walter Moss?
1.
4 minus 1 is 3.
The wizard's on an 18, and the rogue rolls on a 7.
All right, we have goblins are...
I'm bringing different dice next week. Seriously. I mean, I have 3 or 4 sets. I know that's not a lot, but
Here.
Goblins on the left are 18.
JJ just gave me his D20.
Goblins on the right roll a 1.
ruin
They
that
have
for
a
you.
3 then. Goblins on the right are a
I'm
3.
going to have to give that back.
Why?
I will ruin it.
No, you won't.
I'll go with my skull dice now.
This here's my cheater dice. You can't see the numbers, so
I like
it's
that
whatever
one.
number I want it to be.
It's whatever you want.
I roll a 20, you can't tell.
That's a good point.
All right, so
It was
we
a 19
have,
though.
We have these goblins going. Now, you guys were approaching cautiously, so I'm not going to give them a surprise round. As soon as you get close enough, maybe you realize that they're in the at the arrow slits looking out, and by the time they get an arrow ready, you guys see some movement or something.
Now,
And
goblins on the
off
left
you go.
and the wizard are tied. The wizard goes first.
Well, whoever has the higher dex. I have a 2.
plus 2, 14 plus 2.
I have a 2 as well.
Yeah,
I have
So,
a 15
in the
plus 2.
event of a
all right,
tie-
so we'll let you go first.
so
So you
the
have
order-
left and right, and they are behind arrow slits. They have half cover, which was what again? Somebody look up the modifier for half cover.
Half cover is +2.
or
Yeah,
minus.
plus 2, yeah. 3/4
Yep.
cover is plus 5.
+5. Yep.
All right, so they get a +2 to their armor class then when you attack.
All right, so the order is wizard, left goblins. Then we go to Bree.
And what does a shield give for a bonus to armor class?
I think
+2.
+1. I think we did look it up. I think it is
I know we
+2.
did.
Thor and the right goblins are tied.
Although it doesn't make sense because
Then the goblins would
his
go
AC
first.
was
He has
only
a
1
poor
higher.
dex.
But that's probably what it is.
All right, so let's check that to make sure, because these goblins, the armor class they give for them is with leather armor and a shield. They're using short bows. They will not be using their shield. So I want to make sure I give them the right armor class as we start. So
A shield is plus 2.
all right, so +2. So really, their armor class is a wash while they're behind the arrow slits. You guys
Does my
are
AC assume I'm using my shield on this pre-gen?
Yes.
Yes.
all right. You guys are approaching, and who is up first in the initiative order?
The wizard.
All right, Ferris. Remember, you have goblins up on the left and the right. If you look at that map you have there, so they are up above you. Those they're in a tower. They're not like super high up above. I think it's like 10 feet. Let's see. Yeah. We'll say they're about 10 feet above you, like on the second floor.
All right, let me look up a rule real quick. I want
All
to
right.
see if I can do my shock and awe Misty Step up into that little tower. And
Well, that's a good question. From where you guys are, if you're approaching from the very edge of that map, you're going to be, let's say, 30 feet away when you start this first round.
30
ca-
feet away from even those steps, or 30 feet away from the
away from the
entrance?
goblins.
Okay.
Now, they're up 10 feet, but 30 feet away from you. That way, that puts you, like, say, at the beginning of that map, each square being 5 feet, there's 20 to 25 feet of it there, and you'll be right off of that terrace before the steps when we start this. They're going to see you approaching. You're going to notice they see you approaching, and then we start up the first round.
all right, so I want to Misty Step behind the goblin that I can see in the
How,
slit.
how far can you go?
I can do 30 feet.
And what does that do?
It teleports me 30 feet. I just there.
Oh, so you teleported behind him?
I teleported up into the up into there,
Sweet.
and I'm going to. It's just one goblin.
There are two inside there.
All right, burning hands. So DC 13 reflex saving throw, please.
Yeah, so I'll let you go right up. Now, are you going to the left or right side because it's pertinent?
I'll go to the left side.
Okay. So for anybody watching, which I think everyone will, you're about to see the brightness of flames coming from the tower on the left-hand side.
All right, so DC 13 saving throw.
I think that's going to miss. Their dex is a +2, so that 7 + 2 is 9, and 8 + 2 is 10. They both fail. Aye, say the goblins. Because that's what goblins say.
15 damage.
Dang, son.
15 damage.
Wow.
All right, so Ferris poofs up into the tower and fricassees two goblins. They are deceased. You blow the flesh off their bones, and they just fall in a crumpled heap onto the ground.
Yes.
You did more than double damage to each one.
Oh, wow.
They have 7 hit points.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Hey, poof. That was like that was not shock at all. That was
Blitzkrieg.
Oh, shock.
just poof. I was the
That's an
fireball.
awesome move.
You singed your own eyebrows off probably as part of that. Who's up after Ferris? Because that was a goblin.
That would have been the goblin.
The left.
The goblin's going down.
They are done.
So now it's Bree's turn.
Yep.
What's her speed again? Who remembers? James?
25.
25. They're 30. It's 30 feet to the bottom of that. Right? 30
It's
feet to the tower?
Yeah. If you were to shoot at them,
It's 30 feet away?
then you're shooting 30 feet away, and they get a +2 to their armor class because of their cover.
No.
Although it's really impressive if you shoot through an arrow.
I know,
slot,
right? That would be
nail 'em.
ridiculous. What she's actually going to do is she's going to try to climb, because this is rubble, so there's some hand holds.
There's sort of steps at the beginning.
Let me see if they give me an indication there, because really the intent, if you look at that map, is to go through the terrace and then through the door behind. So
But she never does what you expect her to do.
you could go up to the arrow slit. That wouldn't be a problem. I don't think you're going to. Let me just. I'm just trying to see if it has anything about making it through the arrow slit, if it's even big enough.
Like,
It's
way.
big enough.
because you climb over the top of the roof though? Since it's in disrepair, is
What's in
there, is there,
disrepair?
is there
There's got to be a
roof?
way in there.
Neither of the number 3 sections are caved in. They have covered. They are covered.
They're
Okay.
covered?
Yeah.
That's bull caca.
Yeah, you can see kind of on the map where cave-ins are, where all the rubble is, but both numbers 3. This is their guard posts. So they are they're not caved in.
They are not caved in,
Right.
so I would have to go through.
So what I would say is you can get up
And
there
behind.
and get in the arrow slit, but you would not have enough of your turn left to take an action.
Could I get through? I couldn't get through.
I'll let you get through.
No.
How
You'll
is she
be
getting
smaller.
through an arrow slit?
It's an opening. I mean, if you look at it, the opening is well over a foot wide, just based on the map itself. She can squeeze through that, I would say.
All right.
That's the
So,
smallest person.
She
here.
has second story work,
yeah.
which gives her a bonus to climbing.
That's why I say I'll let her get in there without a problem, but with there being goblins standing right there wanting to shoot
Yeah,
arrows
she's going
out,
to
you
need
can't
to
do
shoulder
much
through
more.
or something.
All right. So never mind. Scratch that plan. That was a horrible, horrible idea.
Done.
she's going to try. You said there's a door. Well, no, she's
You have
going to
to
go
get
The
through.
main door.
Yeah.
She's going to go through and then around to try to get in there.
Okay. So you're going to run forward.
Correct.
She's going to run into
What is your
section
speed?
2.
25.
25.
All right, so you would go from 1, 2, 3, 4. 25 would get you right inside that Sunder double door right there where it looks like doors laying on the ground.
Okay.
And that gets you, and let me read what you have here. When you enter that area, doors stand closed to the north and south with a crumbling mound of rubble partially obscuring the southern hall. To the east, a broad corridor ends in 2 more doors leading south and east. The corridor is cluttered with dusty rubble and fallen plaster from a partial collapse of the ceiling overhead.
Okay, so she's inside in that little corridor. She's going to try to hide and wait for her turn.
Okay.
You could also, because you have bonus action dash, you could dash and move 50 feet if you wished.
Why would I do that?
So you can get up and around and in there.
But it's a closed door, isn't it?
Probably.
And I'm not going to go in
It'd
by
probably
myself.
be a better idea for her to hide.
I'm not going to go in by myself
take 2
against some goblins.
Hey, I went in there.
Well,
She's
you
no
also
wizard.
killed.
You're the wizard.
I'm also ballsy as fuck.
So it's 15 stealth
All right,
to hide.
15. Let me just, in case they decide to look. Okay, I'm clear. And who's up after Bree?
Right, goblins.
Right, goblins. So who did not? You had low, did you?
I had the lowest.
All right,
yes.
because I'm like the right goblins had a 3.
2 and 1.
Oh my gosh! Outstanding. All right. So with that, the 2 that are still outside are Thor and Sir Walter Moss. These 2 goblins are going to take 1 shot at each of you. Who was the least stealthy? It was you, right?
Me.
You were all right. So they're shooting at you first. We're going to give them. Oh, that's going to hit a 19 plus. Goblin with a bow has a +4, so that's a 23 to hit.
Yep.
A D6 plus 2. That's 2 plus 2 is 4 damage.
Okay.
Piercing damage, and the other arrow will head towards Thor. A 10 plus 4 to hit is 14. That will miss. Okay. And as the goblins are shooting the arrows, they scream a cry of alarm. We're being attacked!
Yeah, that's why I wanted to try to...
Yep. And who's up next?
My idea worked.
Is it me?
Probably
You
Kurt.
slow fucks.
Right. So if I use my Sacred Flame cantrip, can I use that here? Because they get no cover benefit against that.
Sounds reasonable.
So I'll try that for my 1d8 of radiant damage.
Sacredly flame on, brother.
Well, you got to roll to hit.
Oh, I got to roll to hit. Hang on. I always think that's one that's like a magic missile, and it's not. 14 plus 5 for that, 19.
19 will hit.
Damage.
Excellent. Damage 8.
8 damage. So one of the goblins just gets blasted by your sacred flame back into the room.
Nice.
Who's up after Thor? So
Is
Walter
he?
I guess
Moss.
me.
Is he dead or is he alive?
Walter Moss.
You can't quite see from here, but there's a darn good chance he's dead.
Okay.
I'm
When
gonna-
you have hit people with the sacred flame before, they weren't knocked off their feet and backwards. This guy was.
Sweet. I love goblins.
Yes.
I'm going to charge on into the main door.
All right. So where Bree went.
Yeah.
All right. So
My
through the section number
movement
2.
is 30,
Yeah.
so
that would get you
right inside.
10 feet into it. Yeah.
So I will go in there and I think there's a thing to focus on defense for a round. Mm-hmm. And I would like to do that.
And what is it called? Is that block?
Not block.
There's definitely
Dodge.
something.
It's called dodge.
Okay.
And
I
I
was
will,
one of those.
I'll dodge and stand there and
Okay.
sort of stare at the door to the main
Roll
part of
a
the thing.
wisdom or perception check.
15
All right.
or
Wherever you hid,
Yeah,
you
that's
see
fine.
where Bree hid.
Yep.
So when you walk in there, you see she is cleverly hidden, but you are actually perceptive this time.
Yep.
Cool.
And what dodge does, it gives you disadvantage to hit him.
Okay. And who is up after that? I think
Top
we
of
go
the
to
round.
beginning. That would be Ferris.
Yeah, those 2 look dead.
There's
there's a door
they're
behind me. I will open it, and what do I see?
If you open that door and look out, you see Sir Walter Moss about 15 feet or so over to your right, which would be south on the map. And if you roll a perception check of 15 or better, you'll see Bree out there as well.
I got a 16 on a dice.
So you see Walter Moss and Bree out there. And that would be, 10 feet so far of your movement.
Are you up here?
Nope. I'm
And
here.
3, or, yeah, 1 of 3.
So there's a door behind me going into room 4.
There is a door behind you going... No, you went in...
Oh, I'm on
you
the
went
other
in the
side.
left side.
I'm on
Yeah,
the left
you went
side.
in the north side.
Okay, yeah, I'm on that side.
Yeah. So
right.
there's a door next
So
to you
number
that goes to
5.
5. And then the opposite direction, right.
I want to... Is it like a handle? Like what kind of action closes this door?
Give me a second here. They tell me the doors, the interior doors are made of wood reinforced with iron bands. They have neither locks nor keyholes.
I am actually going to cast Freezing Ray on the door and try to wedge it shut so that I don't have to worry about coming from that side.
Let me look at the map again here.
Just make it so you have to have a DC strength check to open it.
Yep, we'll do that.
But that will be my action. I'll just turn around. Because
Alright,
you know
so
how hard it is to open a damn door in the winter. You know how hard it is.
What is your saving throw check? What is your DC for your
13.
spells? 13. So that's what we'll give them.
DC
to break it
13.
down. We'll give them the same.
Difficulty to open it.
Because it's your spell that did it, so we'll give it your DC to open it. That works.
As you come out in the hall,
This
I
door?
spin around and point the axe at you, but I don't make an attack on you. But
that's good, good.
I see the
Yeah,
movement.
I came through this door right here, and then I froze this door shut.
Okay.
And who is after...
After the wizard, Bree.
All right, Bree.
All right, so she is going to make her way to the next door where
Give
the goblins are.
To 3 on the south. Is that the one you're talking about?
3 on the south, yeah.
Correct.
Okay. As you approach there, you hear goblin voices behind the other door on the south as well, the one that leads to 4.
Ah, brilliant.
Yeah.
There's more goblins.
Goblins everywhere.
Thank you for the
That is
musical number.
distinctly not rap.
Not quite as good as your donut song, but it's pretty good.
I might sing the next episode. How would y'all feel about that?
The whole thing?
And I'm not drinking anyone at home. I'm totally sober. I just might sing my entire...
maybe
Maybe not today, but maybe next time.
maybe
I'll
your
do
next
that.
character should be a bard.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Oh, I got to take a
rapping
side
bard.
note on that. One of the players in the other game, Mike and I play, and thought of an idea for a bard that he wanted to play, that he could only talk in song lyrics.
Yeah.
That when his bard spoke, it had to be lyrics from a song.
From an actual real song?
From
Yeah.
any song he could think of. He was like giving himself a challenge for his character. And I thought that was kind of neat.
And
for a
as we
bard.
drive on down the road.
So go ahead, Bree. You,
Anyway.
approaching door number 3.
After that said, can she
If
kick
you
it down?
approach the, you can just open it. You can kick it. if
No,
you
she's
want.
going to kick it in and
Okay.
shoot.
Not sure that's a real challenge. I think if you had to play the whole game in Ice-T lyrics.
Well, you think of it on the spot. You've got to come up with a lyric to a song you know for the situation that's happening.
It's crazy.
Right.
23.
23 will hit.
Hell yeah, she'll hit.
So there's that one goblin remaining, looking in stunned silence at the guy who's been radiantly blasted on the ground.
Now, I don't get to sneak attack, right?
I'll let you.
You'll let me sneak
Yeah,
attack?
because of what I just described, it certainly makes sense that you would be able to get a sneak
7.
attack on him. A 7
Plus
is
3, 10.
exactly how many hit points a goblin has.
Plus 3, so it's 10.
Oh, well, then he's still alive.
He's back to being alive. He went from dead back to
being alive.
Yes. So he starts at 0 and gets 3 more.
It's like the arrow, gave him some CPR.
yeah,
afterward.
exactly. Right in the sternum.
Got him.
All right. So that goblin is out. Just as that happens.
Got him!
Just as that happens. Well, actually, who's up next in the initiative at this point? Because we're still in initiative.
Right, goblins.
All right, and that was them. So I'm going to
So now
replace
Thor.
them. I'm going to replace the right goblins with the ones who you heard through the door at area number 4. So that door swings open, and you see 3 goblins behind it. This would be for Walter Moss and Ferris, because you're still out in the area number 2. You see 3 goblins come out of that door where number 4 is on the very south. And they come charging through the door, and head up towards where Moss is, and they have enough to reach you.
I don't know where we are. There we are.
Yeah. So you guys, Sir Walter Moss is right inside of where the 2 crumbled doors are in area number 2. Ferris is at the northern section of area number 2. Bree is in
The doorway to 3.
the doorway to 3 inside, though. She busted the door in and then shot that guy. And the goblins are going to come rushing out that door straight towards you.
And where am I?
Sir Walter Moss. You are still outside, as far as I know. You did not go in. You blasted from the outside. You are still on the terrace, area number 1.
Just playing with myself outside.
It could be. You blasted radiantly, though. We're going to have those 3 goblins go straight after Sir Walter Moss, and we're going to keep them on the same initiative, so they are the right goblins still. We'll have the attack number 1, a 17 plus 4. This is with a scimitar now. They're rushing at
So
you.
much for my +1 armor.
And to hit, so it's 21 to hit, and it's a d6 plus 2 damage. 5 plus 2 is 7. The second goblin right behind him is 7 plus 4 will miss. That's 11. And then a 1. All right.
Yes.
So a 1 just flat out misses. So now right near where the number 2 is on that map, you have Sir Walter Moss and 3 goblins. Who's up next?
Thor.
Thor.
Thor is going to move into the castle.
So you see that now from outside past those 2 fallen down doors, the 2 sundered doors.
Right.
You see the goblins charge right up to where Moss is, right inside that area.
Right.
He's within 10 feet of those doors. You see that little commotion just happen, and now it's your turn.
Right. So they're attacking Moss?
Oh, yeah, they just
all
did. The
three of
first one came up and hit him, and the other 2 is swinging their scimitars around,
Sorry, I was checking a spell while
as
that
only
happened.
goblins do.
I'm going to go melee style. Take my... I did nothing but cast spells last hour. I think today we're going to go Warhammering.
Okay.
So, let's see. Warhammer, I'm going to attack whichever goblin is closest to my buddy Sir Walter Moss.
They're
3 of
all
them.
close to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to attack
Probably
them
the
all.
one closest to the door.
No,
One,
attack
2,
them
or
all.
3?
The one closest to me, then.
There we go.
That
Well,
is attacking him.
We're just going to give that guy number 1,
All right.
just to make it easy on me.
Ooh.
One.
One
plus four.
That's a 1 hit.
A 1
One
miss.
is the loneliest.
1 plus 4.
Yeah. Who's up after Thor?
Oh, ladies
Walter
and
Moss.
gentlemen.
All right, Sir Moss. You have 3 goblins. Kind of at this point, they've gotten up to where they're all right in your face. You're not surrounded yet. They had to run up to attack you. Remember, behind you now, about 15 or so feet behind you is Ferris, who's welding doors shut with ice.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm going to, just to be difficult, pick number 3, and I'm going to hit them with Felicity. My heirloom axe.
Heirloom.
Ooh, and a 10.
A 10 will miss. Goblins aren't all that sturdy, but they're not all that easy to hit either.
I sort of think that I have one of those points, but
An
I didn't write
inspiration
it.
point?
I didn't write it down
He
anywhere.
does.
You
He
do.
has not used it, even though we've asked him to repeatedly on other things.
Yeah,
All right,
who's
so
gonna do it?
let's use it this time.
I'll see if you can waste your own this time.
I'll see it.
Great. And
18
18.
plus 5 is 23.
Yeah,
23
good.
So we
will
have
hit.
learned no one give Sir Walter Moss inspiration.
Yeah.
And 9 damage.
9 damage. You want to pick 1, 2, or 3?
3.
3
Taking
is
3 down.
3 has been mowed down by an axe.
Slash him. And turn
Wizard.
to his
He has
buddies.
been slashed. Let me know when we get back to the beginning of the initiative.
We're at the
This
top of
is
the
it.
initiative.
Okay, so it was the wizards and then the other goblins, right? All right, so we're keeping that initiative because there's something else on there as well.
Okay. So wizard.
All right, so Ferris, right after you're freezing the door, you hear more sounds from the other side of that door you froze. It sounds like voices that are deeper, stronger sounding voices than these goblins, and it sounds like they've opened a door and they're headed in your direction. If you had to guess, something is coming from 6 into 5.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Great.
I am going to cast Flaming Spear, and set it
Flaming
up.
Spear of Doom.
Set it up right in the square outside of the door for 5. So
Okay.
if they
So
enter it
it's
willingly.
Gonna melt the ice, though.
Huh?
It's going to melt the ice, isn't it?
I know, but they can enter it willingly.
Okay.
So,
All right, so burning sphere.
that is my action, flaming spear.
Is that a concentration spell?
It is a concentration spell.
All right, so we have to remember that if you get hit.
And then I'm going to
When you get hit.
move down
When?
and around this side.
All right, so you're going to head towards where Moss and Thor are.
Yes, but then out toward where double doors are crumbled.
Okay. They're kind of fighting in front of that, so you would probably provoke if you went around that mess.
I thought the goblins were in
two-
the hallway.
The two of them.
They're all around like where number 2
Yeah.
is.
Everybody, you've got 5 combatants all within a 10-foot area. You're going to have to pass
So
somebody.
4 combatants now.
These two.
'Cause he killed one.
the one who fell over, right.
So is
His
there?
body's still there.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Sorry.
That's perfectly okay. I mean, I'd let you get
Can you
close,
miss
but
the
walking right
teleport again?
past.
Misty step.
I can't teleport, and I'll go back. I'll go back into room 3 then, and
Okay.
crack the door so it's just slightly open.
Wait for your trap.
And it smells like cooked goblin inside.
It does, nice and toasty.
A flash fry.
Yum.
All right, who's up after Ferris?
After the wizard comes,
Would
the
have been left goblins.
All right, so let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give them one shot at breaking down the door that has been frozen because maybe it hasn't thawed yet. And it was 13 they had to get. Yes, I rolled a 17 on the die. I'm adding 1 for their strength. And the door bursts open, and behind it, you see, let me see what the number was. Give me a second. It's hobgoblins. 4. You see several hobgoblins that are behind the door. So the door bursts open, and hobgoblins, let's see if they have just the little bit at the bottom of the hobgoblin stat block is hobgoblins are cunning, disciplined warriors who crave conquest. They impose a strict military hierarchy and are often found in the company of goblins and bugbears. That's about goblins, or hobgoblins. And this, by the way, is, I believe, what they are showing as a hobgoblin.
Hobgoblins.
Because the goblins were little brown guys. This guy's kind of reddish and bigger and
Yeah,
all.
looks smarter and everything.
Yeah.
Except he's not going to look so smart because he's going to walk into the ferret's trap.
It's not gonna look so smart without his head.
And now what? I'm going to let the first guy charge right in because he busted the door and he's going to charge in. What happens?
He gets if anyone moves into the same square as that,
He's
they get
going
no
to.
save. They just take damage.
What is it?
2d6.
All right. Give me some damage for Mr. Hobgoblin.
6 damage.
Really?
All right.
2 3s.
2, 3.
That's average. On 2d6, that's
You
average.
need to
Okay.
be extraordinary.
All right. He gets. Oh, there I am. He gets hurt and he immediately steps to the side, but the others are staying behind the sphere.
Okay.
It takes up a 5-foot square.
It takes up a 5-foot square.
All right. So he moves to the side of it, and that is now hobgoblins.
Does that affect allies?
Oh, yeah, if you guys step into it, yeah. Don't step into it.
Now, does it go away or is it
It
still
stays
there?
for a minute.
And
and
you
I can move
see-
it.
you see
it's
the-
like his
the ones-
spectral weapon thing, except,
Fire.
better.
And it hits things.
Works. Behind the flaming sphere, you can see the hobgoblins that had come up to the door that did not walk through, sheathing the longsword and taking out their bows.
Oh, motherfucker. Frack!
That stuff doesn't obscure their view, I assume.
Nope. It actually would increase it, I guess, because it sheds bright light at a 20-foot radius.
Who is up after the hobgoblins then?
Bree.
All right, Bree.
So Bree's going to take aim at one of the goblins that's surrounding Sir Walter Moss.
You got it. There are 2 there. There's Thor, Moss, and 2 goblins, and they are not aware of you. You get your sneak attack.
Woohoo!
Your advantage there.
So I got 14 plus
Roll
5,
the other one
19.
just to see if you roll a 20.
Yeah.
Nope. Okay.
All right. So you hit 19 hits.
Yeah.
Cha.
Cha.
Number 1 or 2.
11, 12.
Which one dies?
So 11 plus 3.
1 or 2.
2.
2. So the Thor, the goblin that you had run in to attack, gets the nice wide-eyed look on his face, and he falls towards you with an arrow in his back on the ground.
Welcome,
Thanks, Bree.
Who's up after Bree?
the goblins. There's now only
One left.
There's one left. Yep.
We're going to let him take a swing at Thor.
Is Thor? Did Thor
Thor's
run in?
beside you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thor
He's
ran
in
into
there.
where you were.
All right.
But a 7 plus 4 is going to miss. That's 11. All right, so that goblin remains. And who's up after them? That would be Thor,
Thor.
I think.
Get him, Thor.
All right.
So you have one goblin in front of you, and then if you look at the map, right up towards number 5,
Right.
that doorway there, right to the side is a hobgoblin who is still, just,
Right.
smoking a little bit, and then several behind it readying their bows.
Right. I think I'm going to take another swing just at the regular
Yeah,
goblin to finish
you got it.
that if I got it. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. 14.
14 will miss. So close, though.
I guess I'll try then, since I'm
Okay.
right after him. I will try to finish that last goblin and then move up to get out of the way. Nope, I will not. So
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 4.
Okay.
So,
So that will miss.
that's something. And I guess we're back up to the top.
Correct.
It is
Wizard.
indeed something. Go ahead, Ferris. So there is a hobgoblin that is smoking right outside of the door you're peeking out of.
Children
Don't smoke.
Very, very bad health choice.
He
mean, I'm
is, however, not inhaling the smoke.
Yeah. So
Mr.
flaming
Clayton.
spear is any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the spear also must make a dexterity saving throw. I did not have your goblin do that last time.
All right, let's say he missed it.
Fail.
So he ran into it, went out,
Ow.
and then stood beside it
And
and took 4 more damage.
thankfully the fiction still holds and he stays up. He has not yet been reduced to 0 hit points.
Slam the door in his face.
No, I've already got. Let's see.
So what do you want to do, Ferris? There's a hobgoblin
Because I don't want to
standing
engage
right outside
in.
of
Yeah,
the
exactly.
door.
He's right there. He doesn't know I'm there
Yeah,
yet.
He doesn't. Magic missile would fix that.
Yeah, I don't want to fix it though.
Why not?
Just swing the door out and hit him in the face.
Should give him a wedgie.
I'll move the flaming spear.
Do they have a
I'll move the
magic
flaming
weapon?
spear into the 5, one direction, like one square toward the other 3 hobgoblins that are taking
into the room.
into their room. Yeah.
Okay.
Are they hobgoblins or goblins?
They're
They are
hobgoblins.
hobgoblins.
Ah.
On the
Not just
where
one.
number 5 is on the map
It's all hobgoblins.
is where the hobgoblins are.
All right. As soon as it makes contact, as soon as it enters
you gotta
another
kill.
square with a creature, they had to make a dexterity saving throw.
Can you only move it to where you can see?
It says I can direct it.
Well, that would be my question because from where you are, you can't see into the other room. However, you could tell your flaming sphere just keep going that way.
Yeah, but then it stops as soon as it contacts something.
Okay. So the
so-
second square into the room.
Second square into the room and contacts someone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They make a DC 13 saving throw.
Saving throw. And it's dexterity?
Dexterity.
I got
Yeah,
it.
they got it.
right,
15.
so you take half
14
as
plus
much.
1.
6.
6 damage. That's how you started.
well,
the
they
roll.
take
half
Three,
Half
right?
of that,
They
so
take
it's
three?
3.
Yeah, 3. They take
So you
3.
take 3.
You can give them 6 if you want. Just saying.
You can give him 6 if you want. No. All right, who's up after Ferris? I think it's the
That would be the
hobgoblins.
hobgoblins.
The one.
Now, does that spell, when they start next to it, does that take...
No, only when they end their turn
and
next to it.
Or if they have to move through.
I know some of
Or
them
they
are
had to move
both,
through it.
but
But now this gives them the opportunity to go around it.
Yep.
As long as they make it all the way around. Okay. So the one that was left, he's going to charge forward towards Thor and Sir Walter Moss. And let's see who I want to attack Thor. So Thor, a hobgoblin comes running at you with a 20 on the die. And they do a D8 plus 1 with the longsword. So that's 2 and 6 on the dice. So that's 8 plus 1 is 9 slashing damage to Thor.
Rock on.
Rock?
Rock on.
right in the intestinal
There's 9 total.
cleavage.
Now he has more intestinal cleavage.
Right in the intestinal cleavage.
Oh, hold on. That other goblin,
We're so
is
good.
still up. So actually, we're going to add more damage.
Oh, yay.
Hobgoblin stat, he has a power or a skill here called Martial Advantage. Once per turn, he can deal an extra damage to a creature it hits with a weapon attack if the creature is within 5 feet of an ally of the Hobgoblin that isn't capacitated. The remaining goblin that's right with you distracts you enough for the Hobgoblin to deal enough extra damage to you.
That's not very nice.
And it's an
not
additional
very nice, Joe.
It's an additional 2d6. So that's 4 and 1, 5 more.
Well, it's automatic 2d6, not 1d6.
It is, the way it states it, can deal an extra 7 or in parentheses 2d6 damage. So I'm doing the 2d6.
Because crits double all die.
Shut up,
So
James.
even the sneak attack damage that she does would be doubled on crit.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm just
So
calling it fair
I
is
gotta
fair.
roll twice more. That's another 2 and another 1. So I'm going to roll very horribly.
3?
So 3 more.
So I went from 36 to 19.
Nice.
It's a strong performance by Mr. Hobgoblin.
The Hobgoblin, which
You hang in
incidentally has 1 hit point left.
The Hobgoblin?
Yeah.
Yes.
How did he have the strength to hit me with martial advantage?
Because in Dungeons and Dragons, you are either at 0 hit points or you are not. That's it.
I don't like that rule.
Yeah, I kind of. It is what it is. Who's up after? Oh,
Great.
hold on. That was the first Hobgoblin. The other
Oh,
3.
jeez.
The other 3 are going to run around the flaming sphere. Actually, do they need to? No, they don't. They just need to
Because
get
you had to
away
pull out their
from it.
longbows.
Yeah, they're going to get away from it. So your sphere right now is on the number 5 on that map. That's where we're putting it.
Beautiful.
They are going to run right inside the door of area number 2. So they're 2 squares away from it.
Okay.
That's where they're going to head. So the first one is going to run into there and then take a step to the side right in front of the door where you are and then take a longbow shot. You're going to shoot an arrow at Sir Walter Moss, and that's a 10 plus 3 is 13. That will miss. The second one will come in and do an extra space inside as well. 18 plus 3 is 21.
That one will do it.
All right, and then we have a D8 plus 1 at 7 points of damage, 6 plus 1.
Dang, son.
And then the last one is just going to come right inside the door and shoot one more arrow. 17 plus 3 is 20.
Yep,
That'll
that
hit.
still do.
And that's a D8 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is 2.
All right.
Piercing damage.
Guess what, guys? There's 3 goblins in front of the door.
There are now essentially in a little bit of an L shape right in front of that door.
They're in
3
a cone
hobgoblins
shape.
with longbows shooting them at you guys. And then there's one that charged in and hit Thor. So who's up after the hobgoblin?
Bree.
Bree.
Bree is going to hit whomever is the last goblin, right?
The last of the original.
The last of the
goblins.
original goblins.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think you got
It's
it.
dead.
That'll do it.
What'd you get?
Let's see.
21.
21 will hit, yes. And how much?
Oh, yeah.
It's dead.
13.
It's
Okay.
dead. It's
So
not
that
more
that last goblin falls over dead with an arrow embedded into some
She's
vital
gonna-
portion of its body.
Use her bonus action to hide.
Hiding.
Hiding.
Does that mean she basically ducks back into that room?
Yeah.
Essentially what she's
Right
doing.
in front of your
14.
other shoe, Mike. I dropped my die, and Mike's got to get it for me.
So that's 14.
14.
so
All right,
take
let me
that
see if they notice you at all. I'll give them one roll. Doesn't look like they noticed you. Nobody noticed your... little
Nobody notices
escape.
me until
Thor
I
and Moss.
stab him in the eye.
That's right. So who's next?
Thor and Moss.
Come on, Thor. You
Go
can
ahead,
take that
Thor.
hobgoblin
So
down.
Thor, you've got the one...
Hobgoblin right in front of you.
The one smoldering hobgoblin right in front of you that just hit you, as well as the 3 who just stepped through that doorway to the north that are shooting arrows down in your direction.
Right. So I'm going to try to finish off the smoldering hobgoblin.
Go ahead.
Revenge time.
Sacred
Yeah.
Flame.
Sacred Flame.
16 plus 4, 20.
20 will hit, yes.
Or plus 5, actually, 21.
Oh.
So he's dead.
Yeah, that hits.
21. And he only needs 1, right? But
Yeah.
Yeah, he only needs 1.
6.
All right, so that hobgoblin is flamed
Super
on.
flame.
Yes.
Kill count.
So it is.
I've already
I
taken
left
out
it with
two.
1. I left it with 1.
Hey, how many did you pick up
I
that
know.
way?
I'd take it and bake it.
All right.
I already baked it. You just
Shake and bake,
skewered it.
baby.
So we've got that one defeated. So now there are the 3 hobgoblins at that north door. And,
Moss.
Moss, you're up. They are all within, 15 or so feet
wait.
of you. Oh, wait.
You got a bonus action heal?
Oh, wait. What's this button here?
No, it's going to bonus action spiritual weapon.
Are you going to do
No.
that again?
It's
Are we
never
gonna
hit.
try
I
that
want it to
again?
hit. No, all right. I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
Do I have
I'm
a
going
bonus
to
action here?
charge on up there at those 3 guys and attack the one that shot me with an arrow.
All right. We'll just say it's the closest one. It's easy enough.
Sounds good.
Yep. Out of 1, 2, and 3, it'll be the same one that has gotten burned a little.
11.
11 will miss.
Bummer. That's it.
Okay.
I got
I think we
nothing
go
else.
back to the top.
I'm
That
going
would be
to
Ferris.
throw the door wide open, burning hands, yelling, "Get toasty!
Get toasty.
Get toasty.
Get toasty!"
Get in my belly.
So
Fat
DC
bastard.
13 reflex save to all 3 of those
All
goblins.
right. And
Hobgoblins.
hobgoblins have a +1 to their save. The first one, I roll a 20. The second, I roll
19.
a 19. And the third, I roll a 1.
So you got
All right.
one.
All right.
I wish we had been stealthy. We could have just crawled through here.
It could have been.
We can't be stealthy.
Not really. Got disadvantage to breathing.
All
I might
right.
have to stop wearing
The
chainmail.
11 and 5 will be the damages.
All right, so you're doing 11.
2 to 1,
All right, he's dead.
and 5 to the other 2.
They have 11 hit points. So the one that did not save is toasted. And then the one right outside the door takes 5, and the other takes 5 as well. But they are both not yet reduced to 0 hit
And
points.
as my bonus action, ram them with the flaming spear.
Outstanding. And what does that
Outstanding.
Dexterity saving throw.
do? Again. 18 and a 2.
All right, so we got a
So I rolled
fails.
20, 19, 18, 1
2.
and 2.
2.
Nice.
All right, the guy that failed takes full. The guy takes half. So
Nice.
9 for the guy that did failed, and
They are both finished off by the approach of the flaming sphere.
Nice.
Well done,
I said
Ferris.
get toasty.
Get
Well done.
They did get tasty.
Hobgoblins.
Mickey said that like 20 minutes ago. She did. Nobody caught it. Well, I guess nobody. Except
I think,
That is
I
1,
think some
2,
people
3,
caught it
4,
because
5,
Kurt did it
Kurt
as well.
was doing
He
it.
did it?
Well, they were saying hob. I said hot.
Yeah, I suppose so.
That makes it a different joke.
That joke did not succor enough.
And that adds 7 kills to my counter.
Seriously? Are you
Now-
going to put another notch in your staff?
That's
I would,
7 notches.
I would say as you're leveling up, if the wizard doesn't have the highest kill count, he's doing something wrong.
Right.
Right.
Especially when they cluster like that. I was just like, really? You're going
Yeah.
to put them in a cone? Wah!
They're avoiding the flaming sphere and shooting arrows. All right, so let's kind of wrap up this section then. So the archers, taking out the archer posts, 200 experience divided evenly among the characters. Taking care of the 3 goblins that came from area number 4 is 150 experience. And then the hobgoblins, defeating the hobgoblins is 400 experience divided evenly.
I think that's 100 each.
Mike's good.
Math win.
I don't count. Mommy! Happened to that poor ogre. You guys decimated the thing.
Killed it.
So, where we need to go next is, first off, I'll tell you that looting the bodies gets you nothing.
Looting the areas gets us.
That's what we're going to look at next. Where are you going next to look around?
I want to go to where the hobgoblins,
hobgoblins
came from.
came out of.
Room
Okay.
6, I believe.
So, stepping into
Move
room
into
number
5.
5.
And then 6.
And my flaming spear is still here for a minute.
Okay. So,
So-
stepping into room number 5, you get this narrative. Old casks of salted meat and sacks of rotting grain filled this storage area.
Ugh.
Among the supplies, you see a bloody suit of chainmail, a heavy crossbow, and an unsheathed longsword with the emblem of Neverwinter worked into its hilt.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. May I ritual detect magic?
You may.
All right. I
Actually,
spend, it requires
somebody
a minute.
roll a memory check.
Memory check.
Is that a history?
Let's call it. If somebody has history,
That's
go
a
ahead. Otherwise,
20
yeah.
for 17 plus intelligence.
Yeah, there you go.
19.
I have a 21.
Ooh. Are you rolling, Mickey?
No.
All right. So the highest number, I'll say you remembered. This is the equipment that Sildar described that he lost during the Goblin ambush. So this is Sildar's chainmail, crossbow, and longsword.
Ah.
Well, there we go.
Empty out one of the sacks of rotting rice and the burlap sack.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
Rotting grain.
rotting
Rotting
rice, rotting grain. Same thing.
All right.
Time
Let's
for
see.
Red Bull.
So you find Sildar's gear. You're searching the room?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Carefully.
Okay.
Would you like to roll?
Yeah, so somebody give me a perception, wisdom. Everybody.
Everybody roll.
22.
We got wow.
Golly.
Good gosh.
Two
man.
19s
Why, where
in a
were
row.
those rolls?
I
Wow.
know,
Two
right?
crits.
I want
I
to
tell you, I only crit when it
I want to hit a goblin 4. I
Doesn't
want to use an
matter.
inspiration 2. I want to look around the room 23.
I guess those are crits, so.
So out of the mostly old and stale stuff, you see a small cask that has that looks like it's in better shape than everything else. Bringing it towards the group, Thor recognizes it has a strong scent of an exceptional dwarven brandy.
Ooh. Let's get lit. Let's get lit.
Kids don't
We've actually
smoke, but dwarven brandy is always a good choice.
And just to give you an idea of how big this small cask may be, according to this, it contains the equivalent of 20 glasses of brandy. So I'm thinking,
That's a
Yeah.
like the little Heineken mini keg kind of things. About
Like,
that.
That's a lot
uh,
of brandy.
like the ones that the St. Bernards carry around.
Yeah, there you
In
go.
that
St. Bernard
lie
keg.
that none
No.
of the St. Bernards ever do.
Yeah, exactly. So you find that.
I will definitely be taking that on my
Okay.
back, strapping it on,
Strap it right under your neck on a collar.
putting a what do they call those things? The camel packs with a
Yeah.
straw into my mouth.
Well, that's actually pertinent. Is anyone going to drink it? That would be the
No,
next
I'll
step. Okay.
Not before
I'll
a
just
battle.
give it to you. You can carry
While
it
I
around.
have a strong desire to drink it, I think I'll wait until we're done with Cragmaw Castle.
So
The
that's area
celebration.
number 5. When you look in the door to area number 6, because it was left open, here's the narrative for room number 6. 4 plain straw pallets and bedrolls are lined up on the floor of this barracks. Brackets on the walls hold a number of weapons, spears, swords, morning stars, and more. The north wall shows signs of damage, but the floor is swept clean of rubble.
Got to keep the barracks clean.
Is there anything of value in this room?
Let's see. Does somebody do, as you look over the things hanging on the walls, let's do like an intelligence. Do they have appraisal anymore?
No.
Is
No
part of
appraisal
it?
anymore.
I was just do an intelligence check.
9.
9,
18.
Yeah.
18,
20.
20.
20 as well.
All right, so between Ferris and Bree, because you both had the same number, there's a quarterstaff on the wall that is engraved with stylized feathers and is surprisingly light. As a quarterstaff, it only weighs 1 pound, and it's definitely worth some gold.
Interesting.
Grab that.
Does it?
Because you both rolled a 20, I'll tell you, it's worth 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
So it's a nice quarterstaff.
You tie your little bag that you put all your Sildar
Yeah.
stuff in and put it over your shoulder.
Hobo it up.
Like a little bindle.
Hobo up.
You put a carrot on the end of it and dangle it in front of
Bree?
Walter Moss. Actually, it wouldn't be a carrot; it'd be like gold pieces, right? Just put a little bag of gold on it and lead them along. All right, so that covers areas 1, 2, 5, 6, and 3. 4, the area number 4 where the goblins came out of.
I was worried going down there at first because it looks like it's sort of open to the...
Yeah, but you don't technically know that yet.
We don't know that yet, I guess. But we can go down there if you want.
We are already up here, so let's go through the
You want to go into 6?
9.
Go into
9?
9.
You just went to 6. So
Do you want to go into 9, or do you want to
go
go out and over into 4?
in the doorway? Let's do 9.
Let's
9
do
sounds
9.
good because you guys are right at that door.
Yep.
All right, so Let me actually talk amongst yourselves for a second here while I read this
Maybe
area.
Bree could look through the door, like a crack in the door with
There's no key handles or...
like if she opened it silently, because she's the only one that can move silently.
All right. Can I just stealthily peek in, see if I see anything?
Yes, that you can definitely do. So give me a little stealth roll there, or a big stealth roll.
Oh, no.
That's a little one.
That's a 10.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, it's still
It's a 10.
relevant.
She's so stealthy.
Uh-huh.
And
Doing the,
goblins have a passive perception of
The
9.
accounting.
Nice.
So right inside area number 9. Here's the narrative for this area. This chamber occupies the northern tower of the castle. A stone altar stands in the middle of the room, covered with a blood-stained black cloth. Golden ritual implements, a chalice, a knife, and a censer, are carefully arranged on top of the altar. 2 archways to the south are covered with heavy curtains. Inside the room is a goblin that is wearing... Actually, all of them are wearing filthy robes. One of them is a little less filthy. One goblin that's a little bigger and a little more important looking, as well as 2 smaller goblins kneeling before the altar, praying in some goblinic language.
I think we hit Yahtzee, wizard. We got your
Yahtzee.
altar.
So you shut the door.
Shut the door.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. That's the altar that we were looking for.
We got a bingo.
We got a
Bingo! So what do you want to do?
So
I think we're gonna
Do we-
open that thing and surprise round those guys.
Do we bust in and just... Boom.
I would really like to get that one guy, at least.
all right.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. All right. So if we're about to enter combat, let's roll up a quick initiative. I'm going to do
20.
Oh,
1 for my group
it's
of
the second
goblins.
time I've gotten the elusive.
He
I
gets
I got
20s on
20
his initiatives.
minus 1.
I got the elusive D&D 0.
Nice.
You just don't go.
19, technically.
No, 20 is
you're
always first.
Top,
It's always
top
first.
of the top.
Always first.
Goblins are 5. I'm going to have all 3 go on the same initiative because I think we can have this encounter wrap up the session. I think we'll be able
7.
to get through it quick enough.
All right.
So we have Thor.
Thor is
Bree.
up first.
I am, and I am
So
going...
you're going to bust in the door to surprise them? Is that the idea?
Yep.
All right. You do so.
No, I am going to...
Then you don't.
Is anyone down below on hit points at all? other than me?
I've been touched yet.
pretty low.
He won't heal during combat, but in a surprise round, everyone's getting healed up.
Well, no, I was just trying to plan.
I'm just being a prick.
I was going to give everyone like up their max hit points and everything because it lasts
Oh,
for
the
8
aid-
hours.
the aid thing again?
Yeah, is what I was thinking, but I'm not going to because I'm the only one
Okay.
that needs it. So instead,
I am at 12 of 32.
oh, wait, so you are?
I am. I'm low.
Oh, I'm at 19. So you and I would both benefit from that.
So figure that one out.
But you're right; it's a surprise round.
Although I can go
Probably
up to
not.
like 16. So
And actually, is that a constant? Or is that
You
an
could have
instant
done it at
spell?
the end of the combat last time.
Right, I was a moron.
Just pretend you did it at the
you're
end of
just
combat.
delayed.
I'm just a
were
little
counting.
slow, guys. I'm learning. For those of you at home who are beginners, I'm the guy on the show that you should sympathize with or empathize with.
Or both.
Because I don't know what I'm doing.
I think the same would be true of anyone at home who's a moron, right?
Yeah.
Or super pumped.
Or super pumped. All right. Can we pretend that at the end of the last
Yeah.
combat when we were doing nothing that I cast aid? Because
Pretend at the end of combat. I have no problem with pretend. That's what we're doing here.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I said what we're doing here is playing pretend.
Right,
So,
so-
let's go ahead. One out.
up to 3 targets have their max hit points and their current hit points increased by 5 for the next 8 hours. So Sir Walter
right.
Moss and I are now going up to max hit points.
No.
No?
Uh-oh.
Your current hit points only increased by 5. Your max hit points is also increased by 5. You don't go to your max and then gain 5 more.
No. Yeah, I'm going
But
to go from
the
19
max
to
goes to-
24.
You said up to 3 targets? Mm-hmm. So why not
Go ahead,
pick
just do
somebody
it,
else
everyone.
as well?
Yeah, that's right. Because even if
Yeah.
you don't need the hit points, might as well give you your max. So let's put the wizard up.
Add to the max.
So
yeah.
5 to your max.
Bree hasn't really taken damage in a few
Ever.
encounters now.
She's gonna need it because her luck's
Yeah.
running out.
All right, so my max is at 36, and I come
Now
from
she
19 to
stays
24.
way back.
Yeah.
Keep hiding.
Well, that's what she's supposed to do.
Yeah.
The wizard kills everybody while being killed in the process, and the rogue comes in and mops up.
Yep,
Uh-huh.
yep, that's pretty much it.
That's the way it ought to work.
Glass cannon, artillery.
Glass cannon, badass cannon.
Hell yeah.
Remind me just very
Unless there's
quickly
a bug
what's
in
in
the
the
room.
room, because I was doing some
All right.
accounting.
So in the room is an altar, a stone altar covered with bloodstained black cloth. There are golden ritual implements on top of that altar, a chalice, a knife, and a censer. And there are 3 goblins, one of which appears more important than the other 2, kneeling and praying in some goblinoidolinic language.
We don't want to talk to the goblins?
We don't talk to goblins.
It doesn't seem like that's what we're doing this time around.
Well, this is, and I
don't
think JJ's
negotiate.
picked up on it already, but this is from Ferris's perspective, that altar that he was sent to fix.
The big one's mine. The more important one's
I
mine.
was going to say, you
I
want
got
us to
it.
just wail on them?
I got it. You
Blow
guys
'em
take
up.
care of the 2 small ones. I got the big one.
Blow
All
'em up.
right. So what you want to do, Thor, if you just,
All
you
right, I'm
know,
up,
smack the door open, and they'll be surprised, and that's how we're
Right.
taking the first round.
All right. I smack the door open.
Gotta kick it down. Boom!
Bang!
Only halflings do that. All right. And then,
I am going to...
and you can see on the map, everything's going to be within 10 feet of you once you open the door. So you don't have to worry that much about movement and such.
Right.
You got that.
So I think I'll just rock on up there with my trusty warhammer and
Okay.
take a mighty swing at
Go
the
for it.
not head goblin.
Okay.
18.
18 will hit.
Nice.
And where'd my D8 go?
It's right there.
There
It
is.
went to hell.
3
Jeez.
plus 2, 5 bludgeoning.
5 damage. Okay. So the goblin is none the better off for being hit in the head with a warhammer, but it is not yet reduced to 0 hit points.
Bree.
Who's up after Bree?
Bree.
Go ahead, Bree.
So Bree is still in the room, so she still has some cover. Can she kind of kneel by the door and
Yep.
lean over
Yeah.
and shoot?
Yes.
Booyah!
19 on the die.
19 on the die.
19. So that's definitely going to hit. And El Goblino is surprised. So
Does she
you've
get
got
her
some
sneak attack?
surprise
Yes.
there,
Yes, because there's a surprise round.
Yes, ma'am.
Boom.
Okay.
That is 11 plus 3, 14.
That will allow that goblin to stop praying. You have sent
Kill.
him to Maglubiot.
Welcome!
Welcome.
And she's going to hide.
Did you hit the same one that he hit or a different one?
I picked the other one, already done. I figure if Thor's gone in there to hit one with a hammer, she's probably aiming at the other one.
Yeah. I'm going to hide. So that's a 17. Nope, just kidding. 14 is my stealth check. Just kidding.
Just
Just
kidding.
kidding.
What did you roll for there at the end?
To hide.
Yep.
You have to roll and succeed on that.
Yep.
And who's up after Bree?
I am.
Okay, Ferris.
Is that
I
a-
am
just a
going to
stealth?
use the scroll of hold person
Huh.
and cast hold person on the important looking bird.
What does he get to do?
He gets to make a DC 14 wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. Goblins
I
aren't
have that
that
as a
wise. Let's see. No. I rolled a 2, and he gets a -1.
He got a 1.
He
So
is
it's unnatural
paralyzed,
1.
and at the end of every turn, he gets to make another saving throw to try to unparalyze themselves.
Okay. So he is, that goblin is frozen. And who's up next?
Let it go.
I guess if we're in the surprise round, it would be me
Yep.
rolling my
Yep.
nice 0. So I will charge on up and duck around Thor and try to finish Thor's guy off.
All right, go for it.
Looks like it. 18
18 will hit.
and 9 slashing damage.
That will finish Thor's guy off.
Nice.
All right, so now we are in actual initiative. Thor's
So
up.
At this point,
The only one left
I
is-
mean, if you have a plan for this guy, we can just go right to that.
Okay.
Because you've already established that you want to take care of it, so let's just go right to that.
All right, so I call out
his
to Thor,
initiative
tie
is-
him up. While he's paralyzed, tie him up.
Okay.
So you guys are already
I'll
up in
tie
there.
him up because Thor gave me his rope.
So he's tied up. Now what?
Right. I mean, eventually he's going to unparalyze.
Yep.
Eventually
And we'll
he'll
just
make the
say
save.
we'll save that say that happens now, and we're in that situation now. So you've got the one goblin, the lead prayer, if you will,
Yep.
and
Lead prayer.
yeah, they don't really give him a name. Well,
He
they give him
prays the
a name,
best.
but they don't give him a title. And what you want to do with him? What you
First thing I
want.
say is make a loud noise and you're going to end your life.
He nods at you fervently.
And I'm speaking in Goblin.
Oh, okay. Even
Oh,
better.
nice.
So he nods at you fervently and curiously.
Do I need to put my foot on his neck?
No,
Okay.
no, we're good.
Oh, shoot him in the knee. I'm going to shoot him. I'm going to shoot him.
Shoot him in the knee.
What are you guys doing here?
Let's see. He tells you in
Praying?
Goblin. So anybody else who does not understand Goblin, pretend you don't hear it. But he tells you that Maglubiet speaks to me in my head. We worship her here. At least I think it's a her. I honestly don't know, so I said
I
it.
don't know
Done.
either. Do you realize that you have defiled the altar of my god?
This is probably bad for me, isn't it?
Depends on your definition of
Maglubiet,
bad.
save me! Save me from this! And he starts babbling incoherently.
What other forces can we expect inside this castle?
You get a whole lot of, I don't want to die, Maglubiet, help me, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die.
Bip, smack him. Smack him.
Maglubia holds no power here anymore.
Smack him.
That's not what she told me.
The evidence
What did
always
she
speaks
say?
stronger than
What did
words.
she say? Save me, save me, save me, save me.
He's babbling incoherently. He needs a smack upside the head.
He could use a smack upside the head.
Kick him in the face.
Are you talking about him, Ferris?
I tell you, kick him in the face.
Oh,
Kick him in the face.
gladly. Bah! Kicks him in the face.
All right, so you have temporarily knocked him out.
Awesomeness.
It's a heck of a kick.
She's a badass.
So that's where we'll pick up next time. Let's wrap this one up with, in this room, because you have defeated the goblins, divide 150, that's 150 experience among the characters. And the items that were made, that are on top of the altar, the golden ritual implements, the chalice, I'm just going to say that you studied them enough to get an idea of them. The chalice that is there is worth 150 gold pieces.
Yeah.
The knife that is there, the ceremonial knife, is worth 60 gold pieces, 60. And the censer is worth 120 gold pieces.
Now, do you need those things to reconsecrate the altar?
I actually don't. Like, it's hilarious. I come here to reconsecrate the altar, but I don't do that. I need a holy man to consecrate it.
Yeah.
All right, I
think
guess we'll
that
figure
just
that out
means-
next time.
I think that just means pee on it anyway.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's...
Be on the altar.
Oh, that's desecrate.
That desecrates, yeah.
All right.
It's
so
already desecrated.
We have finished that off, and where we'll be picking it up next is venturing farther into Cragmaw Castle, still in search of Gundren Rock's secret.
Yeah.
Hey.
Dun, dun, dun.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Penis.
Goblins and hobgoblins fall to the well-oiled machine that is our adventuring heroes. We leave them at the shrine as we wrap up this session 3 of the third part of the Dungeons & Dragons starter set. In our next episode, we learn if the characters are in time to save Gundren. Thanks for joining us. The preceding podcast was brought to you by Shedcast. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com.